My topic for today is keeping the customer front and center during an organizational turnaround. Right. So when I first saw the title of what I was asked to speak about, right, was that's a long title. But I want to break it down a little bit so that we have a little bit more focus on what it is that we're going to talk about, right? So starting with the last part, during an organizational turnaround, I think some of the previous speakers have talked about when we should be thinking about process improvement, when we should be thinking about the customers, and it's not really supposed to be at just one point in time, right? And when I was reading up on what is it that you're supposed to focus on while you're going through an organizational turnaround, one of the key things that keeps popping up is you stick to what you know, right? So if you're in the line of giving services or products to customers, then you stick to what it is that you know. So once you transform your business, you're still giving what it is that you initially started with that additional change that you need for keeping up with the times, right? Next is keeping the customer front and center. Now, to include some of the different points of views that we have in the group, and I was happy that I actually attended yesterday. I got to see that we're not just talking about people in the same industry that I am. We have SMEs, we also have people who are directly providing services or products to their customers, right? So taking a look at the different areas where you could be at. So in my case, I'm actually outside of the company, which we have as clients, and they have their own customers that they provide services to. So I'm in the outsourcing business, and sometimes we do processes for the client and we deliver it to the customers. One of the most common examples is the call center, right? And this is actually where we, as the third-party provider, communicate directly with the customer. And it might be easy to say, okay, we can increase customer service, or we can keep the client front and center, or sorry, the customer front and center because we're talking to them, right? But what happens to the other processes that are being serviced that do not deal with straight up customer communication or not customer facing? Anyone here from accounting? So let's say you're from an accounting department, you're an auxiliary process to the company, you're still a big part of the company, but you're not talking to customers. How do you keep the customer front and center if you're in that department?